Oh, whoa. There's the assistant for the day. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God, oh my God. I'm about to cause a mess. Cause a scene. Nope. Nope. I just got briefed on it yesterday, and I was so overwhelmed at the end of it with the features and the capabilities. Oh, there's peanuts. I haven't seen peanuts in a minute. Peanuts. Oh, it is different. Okay. Nope. We're gonna shut up now. That's wild. Here she is. Anyway, as I was saying, they're making a conscious effort to use a lot less materials when shipping things and packaging, less in plastic. There's no plastic in here except for like the battery cover. A strap says LUMIX. Predictable. A battery, same batteries as with the S5 Mark II, Mark IIX, G9, Mark II, GH7. Still the same across the board, which is excellent in here. Oh, whoa. How similar in chassis size it is to the S5 Mark II, and it really is. So this is S5 Mark IIX, and here is the S1R Mark II. Please ignore that I'm holding the sensor straight up and letting whatever fall into it. S1R Mark II and S5 Mark IIX. So you can see like the grip is a little bit deeper, but other than that, I mean, very comparable in size. It's like 40 freaking 4 megapixels, which is insane. The thing I'm most excited about, that this is LUMIX's entry into tethering with CaptureOne. I'm so excited. I am taking this into the studio tomorrow, even though it's going to be so freaking cold. This is the subject that I wanted to shoot with today, which is plastic bottles and kind of a way of recycling. All right, we're just shooting. Here we go. We're gonna shoot some, and then maybe I'll be inspired to talk. So why am I shooting these plastic bottles? This concept has been kicking around in my brain for a couple months. So these are some of my personal empties, brands that I use all the time. I'm kind of, for one, shooting them for a portfolio for fun, arty things, and I have them lying around and they didn't cost me any extra money. And it's another way to reuse, kind of showcase to clients different ways of shooting products, because, you know, doing the same thing over and over again for different clients can get a little tiring. And also just to kind of open up the conversation about our heavy reliance on plastics, spending your money with ethical companies. And then I think that dovetails nicely into what Panasonic's doing, especially with this camera launch, using their more minimal boxing, which I really enjoyed the feel of. It was kind of cool, papery, organic feeling. All right, today we got to test the brand new S1R Mark II on set with a model, and it worked beautifully, beautifully. So one thing I'll say that I'm really, really pleased about when using CaptureOne with the S1R Mark II was how speedily CaptureOne kept up, even using my 10-year-old dinosaur of a computer over here. It was able to write the files and populate CaptureOne pretty quickly, which was excellent. The details coming out of this camera are bananas. I'm just super, super pleased with how well it's working with CaptureOne. Tethering with the S1R Mark II is going to be something I now do on every single shoot. Initially, I was worried that I was gonna have to wait to upgrade my computer because it is so old. So today we kind of went with more of like a high shine sort of beauty look, which was really fun. It's not something I've done in a while. So I might take you around here to the set so you can actually see. Here's kind of this high shine look. I wanted to, you know, pop out the highlights really drastically anywhere I could, or anytime where the light hit them, in the lips especially, on the brow bone, cheekbone, even on the neck here, on the hand. And we did that using this silver reflector right underneath the model. Model is sitting here, Ella. Ella is her name. And then I used these two black foam core boards on either side of her, negative fill in those shadows. And then I actually took off the diffuser on the softbox, let the silver reflector on the inside bring out even more of those highlights, just really bust them out. I also had this little second light over here. Where is she? Ooh, this light right here to pop just a little bit more light into her eyes. Honestly, I don't know what difference it made, but it was part of the final recipe, so that's, you know, we kept it. I'm trying to find one where you can see her eyes a bit more. We're losing the lash. So you're seeing that silver reflector underneath her eyes, and then again, all of this beautiful shiny skin. Oh, we are losing her lash. We'll fix that in post. All right, so I'm gonna do a little wrap up here on my first impressions of the new S1R Mark II. So overall, it was the easiest camera, the new camera that I think I've ever worked with. And honestly, I was almost a little intimidated whenever we learned about it, because I thought with so many robust features that, you know, the menu systems were going to be just that more dense and complex and have to go find things and troubleshoot, turn things on and off. But I was pleasantly surprised that it was just like working with my S5 Mark II X or S5 Mark II, except I'm getting double the file size and double the amount of pixels, which, you know, has some pros and cons. It is going to take up more room on my ancient laptop over here, but that's okay. It's the biggest takeaway, and I'm so excited that LUMIX is finally tethering into CaptureOne. For me, there's no cons to this camera other than the fact that it is bigger file sizes, but again, you're definitely getting a lot of payoff for these massive files. I think another thing that's wild about this camera is like the amount of features. I think with any LUMIX camera, honestly, I probably use like 20% of its full capabilities. I think that's probably true for most LUMIX users because it is so jam-packed with cool features. I tend to be a lot more simple and not super technical when I get on set. So just easily being able to pair it, you know, tether it into CaptureOne, and it just started working like a charm. I was able to make adjustments in the adjustment tab, and it would apply to the whole set that we were doing, the whole session we were doing. Was genuinely a dream come true, something I have been hoping and praying for eons. Okay, so I'm definitely planning on taking this on location soon. There's a potential location that may or may not happen. I'm not sure yet. I'm really hoping so. In a couple weeks, I'll definitely be keeping you posted on whether or not that happens, but I will definitely be getting it out into the field. Another thing I want to try is CaptureOne using the iPad. I think that would be really handy, especially when I have other creatives on set. Maybe having an iPad over in the makeup artist station where they can see the images as we're taking them if they're working maybe on a second model. So let me know in the comments. Now that you know about the S1R Mark II, I think that was the smoothest I've said that yet. I'm getting used to it. But now that you know all about the camera, I'm sure you've seen the buzz. You probably got here because you were looking up to see what other people were saying. Let me know what features you're most excited about. Obviously, again, for me, it's that CaptureOne compatibility, tethering right into CaptureOne was just it's a big deal to me. If you want to stick around, go ahead and like and subscribe, and you'll be seeing more of me on a semi-regular schedule.